I am just going to give you an overview of our first month of third grade, year 3 of Ambleside Online. Spoiler alert, things have not moved the way I thought they would. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Andrea. This is my third year homeschooling my third grader. We started in first grade. In second grade, we started using Ambleside Online, and this is our second year using Ambleside Online, year 3. So today I'm here just to update you on our first month of third grade. And I had all these plans and all these ideas about daily responsibilities and chores and how we're going to move forward with everything that's been scheduled. And I can already see that I really need to come here and update you all, because when I come here and I make a video and I share my schedule and I share the binders and I tell you all my plans of what I expect, and it just makes it seem like my life is perfect, I got it all together, I can make everything happen, and this is not true. This could not be further from the truth, because the reality is that life happens. There is a lot of school to get done, and there is one extra challenging aspect in my life, which is my daughter lives half the time with me and half the time with her dad. So every other week she's with her dad. And although I see her every single day because she does school with me, I don't see her every other weekend. But the week that she's with her dad, I feel like it would be hard for me to be expecting her to be doing chores here when she may be already doing chores at her dad, and we're already doing school. And I end up being the bad guy who is always telling her what to do as far as school, chores, and then she goes home and has a good time with her dad. So there's this thing that aggravates my situation. So let's start with curriculum. Okay, let's start with Ambleside Online. We have been able to, let me get my binder. Okay. I'll get the schedule here. We have completed 4 weeks, and this is our 5th week. We are about halfway through the 5th week of Ambleside Online. And here's a book that I read by accident. She grabbed it, she's like, I want you to read Sea Babies. My daughter simply loves sailors and the sea babies. She loves Greek mythology. She just loves all the tales, everything. So she grabbed the book last week. There wasn't a reading of this book, and she grabbed it, and I just read it, and I didn't look at my schedule, which I should have, and I just marked here that we have done already the reading. But anyways, we have successfully been able to complete all the readings from Ambleside Online week by week. Only because we have been doing Ambleside Online, and I have learned how to spread the feast throughout the week. We basically read 2 books per week, per day. We do 2 readings per day, and sometimes, depending if we have time and she wants to do an extra reading, we'll do it so we get ahead of schedule. And also there is extra books that I have for history, since we are doing Ambleside Online history books, plus some extra history material that I have, that I shared with you guys. Our history list is hefty, and so I break that down. I have books. I have to make a whole video just about history, and I promise, especially for moms who are Catholic and following Ambleside Online, because I was able to figure out which chapters from the book from Our Island Story to skip or to edit, and which chapters of the book from the history book that I'm using, which is History of England for Catholic Children. And I am organizing this in a way that I'll be able to share with you all. I feel like it's premature because the term just started, but I already have a really good idea of what chapters in the beginning. I haven't done the pre-reading of everything, But so far, I've been able to match the history books that I have, the period with Ambleside Online history. Anyways, that's another video. I'll have to talk about history specifically in another video. Just let me know in the comments below if this would be something that you're interested for me to share. So anyways, we have been able to do Ambleside Online readings. Great, so we're good on Ambleside Online. Now, when it comes to the whole plan and the, daily responsibilities and weekly chores, it hasn't been working very great. The daily responsibilities, yes, yes, my daughter has been able to do them when she's with me. The weekly chores, not so great. So here's what happened. In the beginning of the school year, the first week she was with her dad, so I was like, okay, we're just gonna skip, and next week I would do with her. So the next week she was with me, and I did do with her, but I did them all. So there are a few steps of implementing, helping a child to learn how to do something. First, I do, you watch me, then we do together, then you do, I watch you, then you do alone. So there's this like 4-step of learning how to do something. And so I did with her. No, I did, and she watched me on the second week of homeschool. And then there was a third week of homeschool, and then she went with her dad, and then she came back with me, and she was sick. She was sick with her gut issues again. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we basically just got the readings done, and then we fell off the wagon on pretty much everything else. Because she wasn't feeling well, I was only expecting that we did the readings. Because I was doing the reading, she just had to listen, narrate it back to me. That was easy. And then we did a little bit of math and not a ton. I wasn't expecting. I was literally just be like, do what you can. Some days she couldn't do it, and it was okay. Which made me realize that maybe the language arts program that we have is too much for her. Maybe it's too advanced for a third grader to be learning all these grammar concepts. She already forgot a lot of the plural stuff that she had learned. She's not retaining it. It's kind of like going over her head. So Michael Clay Thompson, it's scheduled. That's what I have. But maybe, I haven't decided yet, but maybe I will wait. I have 2 options here that I can do, that I've been contemplating. I haven't decided anything, but I've been contemplating 2 things. One of these 2 things. One, it is to wait until she gets to 4th grade, and then we'll start doing it slowly. Or the second option is to still use it, but use it over the course of this year and next year. There is a third option, because as I decide what to do, the third option would be what I'm doing right now. We're using Grammarland, which is this little book that's been highly recommended in the Charlotte Masons groups, all of them pretty much. And it is a wonderful little stories about the parts of speech. And we've been slowly reading through it while she was sick. So we have been working on this, and we paused the good and we paused Michael Clay Thompson. We just took a break so I can recollect and decide what to do. Now, that was last week. She was sick. And then this week she's well. Today's Tuesday. We've done the readings. But because she was sick and coming back from a summer, it has not been all wonderful when it comes to getting the school done. So math, it hasn't been easy to get the class done in a day. So that's okay. We're timing it. You do as much as you can get done, and then we move on to the next day. There has been complaining about math, and she's been asking, can I just do Life of Fred? So some days when it's been really hard, I've been letting her do Life of Fred. And then again, I'm talking to more moms, seasoned moms, saying that the life of Fred, there's none, life of Fred is second to none, basically, especially when you get to the higher years in high school and you see how much your children have learned from it, even non-mathy kids. But I am still a little reluctant to just follow Life of Fred alone because it's so untraditional. It's so untraditional. It's brilliant. It looks amazing, but I am so scared of just trusting it and then doing the disservice to my daughter. So we're doing Singapore math and we're doing Life of Fred. And it's kind of like a half and half at this point. We're moving slow with Singapore math because it's taken her 2 or 3 days, anywhere from 2 to 3 days to complete one lesson that last year she was doing in 1 day. And so yeah, we're going to keep moving and see what happens there. If I decide to just move completely to Life of Fred, to just trust the process, I actually know people who just follow it. I've made a video about Life of Fred before. I shared with another seasoned mom who was a math teacher in high school, had to say about Life of Fred, and I will keep praying about it. And meanwhile, we keep moving forward. We keep getting the work done. It doesn't matter how slow or how fast, we keep moving forward. That's all I have to say about that right now. Now, when it comes to why is it a struggle always at the beginning of the school year, it's because you take that break and you're not, you don't have that momentum of school, and then you get back, and every year there's the summer slide. There's summer slide in school. It takes a month to get back into a rhythm. There's summer slide at home if you didn't school over the summer, and then getting back to that rigorous, because it is rigorous, guys. Ambleside Online is a rigorous curriculum. I mean, look at all this. This is apart from language arts. This is apart from math. This is apart from all the riches. This is apart from all the nature study, map work, geography, all the other things. This is extremely rigorous. And, I have to find a little balance, so I'm not putting so much pressure on my daughter. I want her to love education, not to hate it, right? So finding what works to be able to follow this as prescribed, because I am following Ambleside Online as prescribed, of course, adjusting it to our reality of when it comes to religion, which I may be doing even more because we're studying catechism and we're studying saints, and it ended up becoming like this even bigger curriculum. If I'm being completely transparent with you, which I always aim to be in my life, but here, absolutely, I want you to know, my struggles and how I am enriching the curriculum even more, or what I'm learning and whatnot. I have to be careful not to just make my daughter hate education. So we move slow. It's 15 minutes now. We cut it down. We cut down math. Instead of 25 minutes, we cut it down to 15 minutes a day, just to make sure that she doesn't hate it, okay? So that's where we're at. We have been doing the riches. We have not been very successful at doing nature study. We have been reading from the Handbook of Nature Study. I have it here. We have been reading from it. I feel like we have been failing in observing nature. We're studying, right now we're studying snails, garden snails, and we haven't been observing. We don't have snails here. In this house, we don't have snails. We don't have garden snails here. We had garden snails in the condo that we used to live on in town, and but now we don't have, and we can't really be observing them. All we do is watch videos. So we watch videos on YouTube, and I ask for narrations. We read the books. That's what we've been doing as far as following the schedule for science. She just started a theater class, a drama, and performance for girls. I thought this would be very good for her to learn how to use her voice and be more outspoken. I'm trying to help her with social skills and communication and language, because I do believe that this is important to be able to, express yourself and to read the room and emotions and all these things. I feel like I'm always talking about this kind of stuff. So we're trying this out. We'll see how it goes. She's the youngest girl in her classroom. It's for kids from 9 to 12, but that's the only class I really could find on Outschool that seemed to fit the bill, like just girls. And but yeah, I was watching the class today. It was her first class, and it was super fun. There's all kinds of different girls, and they're all different. They all have different experiences, and I was just paying attention. Let's make sure they're not talking about anything that I wouldn't like my daughter to be exposed to. But so far, so good. I'll just keep my ears plugged now. I'll just have her watching here. I'll just have her doing her class here in the kitchen, and then I'll just be in the living room on the couch reading my book while I listen once in a while. But she did amazing. She did amazing for her first class. She did so great. I even recorded her little performance at the end, because they have to study the script and practice. The class is really great. They separate the kids in classrooms, and so there's just the 3 girls, talking about their character and going over the script, and then they go and they perform for the whole class. So it was really great. It wasn't a really huge class. It was only 2 groups, I think 6 girls, and it was wonderful. I really enjoyed. Actually, I think 3 groups, so maybe 9 girls. Yeah, maybe 9 girls. I think it was 3 groups performing today. Anyways, we have not done anything with music. So this is the things that I did not get to. Drawing class with my husband, really difficult, because she's here every other week, and my husband goes to work in the morning and he comes home at night. By the time he comes home during the week that she's not with us, she's not here, so she's already missed the drawing class. So I haven't figured out yet where I'm going to add art, because this should be like a Friday, a lighter day kind of day. But then I decided that I also need to have fun, and so we're playing volleyball in the morning. So super early we go play volleyball and then come home and do school, but then there's play dates and things that she wants to do, and so the days become very short. Maybe we have 2 hours to get school done on Friday, so we just catch up from the things we didn't finish. Life of Fred, do whatever reading is left, and then missing things that are missing: music, handicraft, our timeline notebook. We did once the first week. We haven't been doing it consistently. And drawing. Now, geography and map work we have been able to do. I just squeezed geography right in the beginning, because it's just a chapter of the elementary geography by Charlotte Mason, and I just throw that reading really either on Monday or Tuesday. We get that done, and so I know it's done. And then map work we usually do when we do some reading, and then there is a mention of a country. Or this week in geography, we've already done map work when we had to go find the tropics and the parallel lines, and so we went to the map and we looked at which countries are hot, how we know that the countries are hot or cold, and as we separate from. Anyways, it was great. So we just do map work like this, and we have been able to do that, but not following 100% as prescribed, all the things and all the extras. No, we haven't been able. The riches we have been able to do. My daughter is not loving the composer for this term, Leonard Bernstein, because his songs, she thinks they're a little scary. They have been used in theater, and there's a lot of emotions in the songs, and she hasn't been loving his selection of music. But we do play just for a little bit during lunch once a week. That's what we have been doing. Hopefully next term we'll have a better option, a selection option. Maybe I'll just choose one from previous years that we didn't do, and I will just listen to somebody else. Maybe that's what we'll do. We don't have to follow everything exactly as they tell us to do. So this is one of the times when maybe choosing to change would be a good idea. And we have been doing the math memory work. She didn't like the song for the first month of July, but she memorized it and she would just do it for me here, kind of like dancing and saying she memorized it. And now we're memorizing, skip counting the 3s and the 4s. She pretty much has both of them down. Also from our classical conversations last year, which will not be doing this year. I don't think I even mentioned that. That was another thing. We did classical conversations all of last year. Of course, we spent almost 3 months in Brazil, so we didn't do the classes during that period of time, but we did classical conversations last year, and we did the last little bit, maybe the last term of the year before of first grade. And we decided that we're not going to do any co-ops because there's no way on earth that I would be able to do this, what I'm doing, without being all stressed out and stressing out my daughter because there's so much to get done. So we can manage to get all the school done in 5 days. Yes, it is possible. I think we're just not in a good rhythm yet by the end of the first month because my daughter got sick right in that 3rd week, which kind of like threw us off a little bit of a schedule. And also there is this thing with math and language arts that I am to figure out. But we keep moving forward, pressing forward. I don't just quit just because it's not working. We may slow down until I decide what to do, but we keep pressing forward. We're doing math every day. We are doing language arts as well. We're doing Copywork. I wanted to share a little bit of our Copywork. It's really been working out so great for us. I've been using this 3rd grade book for Copywork, and my daughter has been doing really good. She reads a few words, and then she writes it down by memory, just by looking, remembering. She can see when she makes a mistake on the word, and she has been working on doing her best handwriting and respecting all the spaces and between words and paragraph and all that stuff. And we're using the modern speller, as you all know. This has really been working out for us. I feel like there is an option here for review, which would be the 5th day of the week. So there's 4 Copywork lessons per week, and then the last lesson is a review of words for dictation. And yeah, there's just a lot of words for dictation, and I find that it becomes really hard for a 3rd grade to study. They would have to be studying all week because a lot of these works are not all of them are in the Copywork that they've done. So yeah, so I haven't decided yet about this review. I know Charlotte Mason does not expect 3rd graders to be doing dictation. That doesn't start until 4th grade. Yeah, all those things to navigate and discover. But the Copywork has really been working. I finally got it down as far as how to get it done. You really want your child, I explained on my last video, I believe you really want the child to study the little passage, maybe it's just one word in the beginning of the school year, maybe it is not the beginning of the school year, in the beginning of their school life. If they're doing Copywork, for example, in 1st grade, they're probably doing handwriting to learn how to write the words. And then 2nd grade, they would be doing more of a true Copywork, which they would be, copying word by word, not letter in a word, but a word. They have to learn, look at that word, close their eyes, see the word in their mind's eye, and then put it down on the paper without stopping in the middle to look at the word, at the letters. What's the next letter, right? They need to learn the word. And then as they progress in that, they're learning, maybe they're looking at 2 words and then trying to copy by memory what that word looks like. And then they keep making the passages longer and longer. Depending on the day, my daughter is, memorizing up to 5 words to write down without having to look down. So I can see how she is really progressing and how this is a great method. And I wish I would have taken it more seriously last year and I had focused more on copywork. We are pretty much done with handwriting. We still have the cursive. I have her do it once in a while. If there's time, I'll have her do it. And, you know, I just feel like at this point, she already knows how to write, and she should just be doing a lot of copywork every day. And copywork can be a little challenging, and we can forget to get it done. And the best way to make sure that it happens is if we have it done right in the beginning of the school day. So we're back doing our morning basket, the whole morning basket, then we're doing everything else because my daughter really loves it, and I want her to love going to school and doing school and learning, and she just wants to, she can't wait to do the morning basket. She really likes all the books, and she loves doing it, and we're just doing it and, you know, getting into a rhythm of doing everything else. So eventually we'll get there. It's only August 11th, so a lot of states haven't even started their school year yet, so I feel like we're okay. We're making progress. So we'll eventually get there by September, when it would be like officially third grade, when we will officially be doing, actually she just started reading the first free read from the third grade, and she's been doing the summer challenge from the White House, and those are all the books that she's read so far. And of all these books, there's 2 books that I read. I read Heidi out loud, and I am finishing The Door in the Wall, which we have 1 chapter to go. We'll probably finish it this week. And she's started to read Alice's Adventure in Wonderland. That's 1 free read from third grade. So technically, we started third grade. We started third grade, and yeah. I just wanted to come back here and give you an update on that and how it's been going for us. It's been good and challenging all at the same time. And isn't that what life is all about? It's good and it's also challenging, and we just learn how to navigate and how to make it flow. That's the secret of success. It's not battling what's hard, and it's not just expecting the good. It's really learning how to live with the good and the challenging, and just walking, moving forward. Keep pressing forward. Learn how to navigate with the challenges, and learn how to be grateful for the good stuff. And that's what we have been doing. Yeah, I think this is it. I think that's all I wanted to share as far as update. I am sure I will remember a thing or two after, when I'm editing this video, but then, oh well, there's always another video that I can make. Anyways, thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me. As always, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment down below, and I will see you next time. Ciao, ciao.